Hey guys, and welcome back to my Pope campaign. Doing really good so far, with all of these green trains being in our hands and everything light green being our subjects. Goal for today is to continue expansion east and into the North Africa, and most importantly conquer the rest of Italy, so we get the Kingdom of God gathered to form. We already have some CBs that's on Egypt, but I'm gonna use the parliament to get CBs on more Italians. You see, AE wise we are standing okay. We definitely want to declare on these guys, not really protected by anyone strong. Well, Genoa is also great, no allies. Genoa and the red guys. Because of our terrains, I have 7,000 here in Italy as a standing army. And you'll see that there's another 10,000 here in Constantinople. I'm also still improving my maritime presence, and that's to already nicely spread our proximity, but overall improve it over time. We actually also run out of manpower overall. We need for sure more armories to answer that need. If you're planning to buy any games, gift cards, DLCs, on any of the platforms, make sure to check the video description, because enable.com is offering thousands of games at much discounted prices, and there's also in that video description an 8% discount code that you can use on top of that. Make sure to use the link to support the channel. Veneration of relics, allow or disallow. Prevent the sale of relics would decrease my stability, but give devotion would lose informed desire and potentially also slow down the growth of the informed desire. Okay, or we should assert our control over it. Move devotion. Thief cost modifier. At monthly devotions I pay less. Yes, let's take that third option. And since we are in the age of discovery and our hegemons, obviously Mink is everywhere. How far enough? Yeah, they have 4,000. We got 300 of income. Military, they have 48,000. I have 18,000, so that one is not so far. I'm more surprised that they are beyond us in the Diplo rep, but with cabinet member I would be above them. I might reconsider that. And this is gonna take ages. For some reason Canada joined the HRE, so besides fighting full allies, I would have to also fight the Emperor and their allies, it seems so. Well, I'm not afraid, to be honest. We gotta expand in Italy anyway. Oh, remember guys, we moved the capital multiple times, so let's double check we have the government buildings, because I just realized we don't have Chancellor in Rome when I unlock the level 2, as I'm building it. But doesn't seem like there should be anything else to build. I probably also need pilots here up north, because there's iron, here is mercury, and there's also dice. Looks like printing press happened in China. New World happened in Portugal, and pike and shot happened in Mścislav. Somewhere here. Yeah, in just next to Smolensk. I'm taking diplomatic reputation to pay less antagonist, but you see it's 29 with it, so it'll be easily a hegemon. But obviously my cabinet members have better things to do. Why at peace? That's a huge difference. How much? Yeah, the 29 diplomatic reputation is insane impact on the antagonist received. Because for all these locations, the people more or less don't care. I'll go after these guys immediately as a quick follow-up action. With the rights of the nobility law, we could get a better taxation of them, but that blocks them from the cabinet. Does it matter? Yeah, it does matter. So might actually end up going after more noble satisfaction. which is fine, just not so impactful. And it looks like I attack these guys, but they're protected by Emperor, and since I fully occupy them, I can separate pieces. Let me just make sure to take that same deep rep. It's a decent amount of antagonism. After this war, yeah, we take a slight break of expanding Italy, and we probably go after the Mamluks. One you've made a valid point that devotion is not as impactful as legitimacy is. There's no disaster, and you can regain once you reach 20 devotions. I'm gonna try playing with no spending on the court. Let's see where it's gonna get us. I'm kinda convinced actually to test it. That's additional 100 ducats a month. I moved my whole army in here to fight Mamluks, but I will still need to build 3,000 standing army. Do I? Nah, just use levies if needed, because they might land. They will surely land, especially allies. Do they have allies? Yeah, Morocco and Tunis, the 100% land here. Education of the elites, on the other hand, I could get crown power, but I prefer to get additional max literacy pretty much for everyone to further boost this. How you look compared to Europe? You look decent, but we can do better. You know, it's all about also continuing the Crusade. Cyprus holding is definitely gonna help us do that. We didn't have any CB after all the Mamluks, so just building it via spy network, because they're rivals, they are threatening rivals, so be able to get the destroy enemy CB, which is still 25% better than Parliament. I managed to call a crusade on the Mamluks. Which is declared actually immediately. It's not bad. What are the costs on this CB? Minus 25%. And the war goes to take Philastin. Oh yeah, of course the Holy Land is the war goal. So it's a tricky one. But yeah, as said, I've got 2 armies ready here to siege down. I might need to use levies to defend back at home. Let me make sure to hide all these fleets to avoid any of my trade ships dying. How many armies did they raise? Because Tunis and Morocco and all their subjects, 75,000. Okay, so I thought it's gonna be worse, and my subjects are all set for aggressive. Why sieging down the Mamluks? It's obviously time to enact laws for the bureaucracy, and we go for more prosperity. And how are we standing with all this? Yeah, it's spreading, so we still have to take a few more advances in the previous age. I don't think I really need anything. Yeah, none of these are really needed for us, so I mean, maritime trade advantage, okay, supply limit, medicaments, nothing is really crucial. By the way, AI Mamluks used a local governor here in Syria to spread their control nicer. Do you say something about them landing in my lands? Well, it's my subjects landing in their lands. How many armies Tunis have? What are you doing with these armies? First battle against Mamluks themselves, and all my subjects came here to help, which means we fight with trashed troops while they have some standing army, but yeah, we still won with an advantage. Oh, it looks like actually France accepted call into a crusade. Well, maybe they even go after Morocco, but for now, yeah, my subjects landing in... Oh. Okay, France is joining the crusade only in. Oh, it looks like Morocco after all didn't join on the other hand. Well, that's an easy one then. Anyway, this is the start date of EU4. Well, doing quite nicely. Having in mind this EU5. So is Denmark, by the way. Since I'm building spy network Mamluks, I did get a decent amount of siege ability. So you see, I've got 24% total. Also, you know, the general's ability, my spy network being towards offensive, army tradition, and this reduces each phase time from 30 days, which is default, to 22 days. Looks like I could invite more people to the crusade while I'm going. But France is good enough. See, you have 2.3 of accepted cultures capacity, but accepting Greek costs 2.8. So I'm actually slowly assimilating with one of my cabinet members, the Greeks, to reduce their price. Ideally we change the view of our culture, but yeah, I don't have ability for that yet. I will start with self-repeating Tunis, because why not take all these terrains? So our base in here. The next war probably is gonna be full annexation of Tunis. Wise. Yeah, let's improve relations with Morocco since we don't plan to go that far. And I might want to also improve with some of the guys around here, at least the biggest ones like Yemen. From Mamluks. Taking all these terrains because it's owned by him, not the subjects. And this way I'm minimizing the would be too fractured impact on peace deal, obviously the Holy Land. And at least at some extent cutting off the capital from the northern trains to still go through here, but it's not gonna be as strong as directly and for the rivers. So let's send that peace deal. It's gonna be probably a lot of antagonism. It's actually not that bad. We might want to improve relations with these guys. And yeah, I'm doing what I promised. Now we're gonna like work towards connecting these two lands. Is there a Jerusalem that could be released here? That's bad. I'll have to work on just custom subjects. You see, it's much worse for them now, but next war I do, I cut off these two locations. I did also something here, but I'm not sure we have enough reasons to do that. I can choose Charles Wójcik, the Cardinal of Krakow, as our next pope. That's an early pope from these terrains, and even though his stats are not the best because Balthazar is better, Charles Wójcik. Yes, lesser Polish. Welcome, welcome. Popes can join Orders of the Chivalry. God damn it, that's great. Because that's an update on even more of Diplorep we can stack. From now on, I'm only annexing subjects in Italy, because I need to own directly all these locations to get the Kingdom of God. You see, when it dropped negative, the only thing that it really impacts devotion is state satisfaction equilibrium, which I would normally care a lot about, but my estates are very loyal anyway. What about the burghers? No, I'm not taxing them at the maximum. I should give them a privilege. Even this, because the clergy is anyway at 100 max, but we could also decrease the power of nobles. Let's do this. Now this guy's taxation is up. The Vatican Library, and even that you can also get in EU4. The Catholic Church possesses a vast multitude of written works from across the ages. Funding has been secured to consolidate and expand the knowledge of the Christendom by establishing a magnificent library within the walls of the Vatican. So if I establish it, I could get administrative wing, which gives me estate satisfaction equilibrium and monthly usage progress, and some more to location. I could establish the diplomatic wing, which gives me research progress and Diplorep. The first one, instead of estate satisfaction, or the military would give me army tradition from battles and also research progress. I will go for the Diplorep. We are stacking it to reduce the amount of antagonists we are receiving. Something I don't like, because there's my subject. They have rebels, and these rebels are supported by Tunis, because these are Tunis rebels. And yeah, it's understandable that on their side Tunis is taking over the leadership to negotiate peace deal. What I don't understand, why my subjects take a seat over on our side. Because I could peace out this war already, but no, I'm stuck fighting Tunisia and Morocco. Did they say something about Denmark? Bishopric of Ransenburg is fully occupying them. And I guess my subjects need 100 war score to maintain 3 pieces of desert. I assume they could even separate piece Morocco at this point. We killed some of them, but no, I got them to 50% war score. You do you. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And you know what's hilarious? They don't piece out on 50% even though these guys are back now and killing them. Bravo! What did you do? They needed to make sure that Tunis abandons piracy. But I think actually they at least broke the alliance between the two. The only institution I can take for now is Pike and Shot, which I think is the one that has an additional governor, if I'm right. Yeah, here it is, governor, country form, glory of Rome, all in the same spot. House of Parliament is also useful. Are you fucking kidding me? I was about to create a Siberian Mamluks. Similar situation actually to Tunis, my subject, because I got the minor rebels. I'm not a war though. That's another few years wasted in that campaign for this goddamn bullshit. Here's what I had in mind. We can improve the cultural view of Greek of us. And you'll see that the price of accepting these guys dropped from 2.8 to just 2 of capacity. No, not Sicilian. Which is what we can already accept. First tolerate, then accept. And if you give it a month tick, how many cores we just received. But yeah, this is significantly better. Just look, this control is going up to 90, this is going up to 40, this is going up to 47, and now we can actually switch on focusing to assimilate all these cultures. You still have 0.4, so if any of this was cheaper, like Tuscan, I could accept it already. Yes, same for the Lombard. We need more pops of it to get even more cores. Just look at it. Perfection. But yeah, looks like in here, for the Emilian culture, I'll have to assimilate myself. So my point, 76% war score is still not piecing out, and we've killed all of the Egyptian armies, 62,000. Rumors on witchcraft. Heinrich Kramer is a well-known figure inside the Catholic Church. He is a zealous advocate for the existence of witches and their evil influences on the poor Catholic souls. Witchcraft is clearly a sign of heresy that would enact a policy Samis Desirantes, reducing for members of the church monthly river growth. Or we just say witches do not exist. Of course they exist. 99% war score, still no peace deal. I hate this exact feature. 100% war score, no peace deal. And as I see, just 4 years that we've wasted on that. Anyway, in the meantime, I will attack Tunis, just to not waste my time. A battle leadership law. Oh, stop. Ruler General. So far I couldn't make my rulers from being generals. That would be huge, especially for Crownland. I think that law needs to be like full. Oh! Let's put him on an army. So that's a big chunk of crown power we can get. That law is a freaking scam. I'm enforced to have ruler as a general, but at the same time I'm blocked from having ruler as a general. And I'm even having call for peace for this war. And this is ongoing already for 5 years, and AI doesn't care to peace out at 100%. There we go. And am I wrong, or they actually did? They actually even took a bunch of locations in here, on top of retaking their own lands in here. I think the control should be updated now. Look at these beauties. Look at these beauties. And so is our tax base at 1,600. I wanted to say that at one point we should unlock a bigger army to get the war score cost from the military hegemon, but being increased their standing army to 173,000. That next local governor, I want to put it onto the river up north, in the middle of it, and I think Mantua is gonna be a perfect place for that. Obviously, I still have to conquer some of other locations, but this should help me a lot. I told you that reform desire is gonna drop. Look, it's already down to 45%. Since I'm earning so much money, I'm steadily improving all the towns that I can into cities. And this is initially what we have, even before, you know, uniting the rest of the North Italy. But you can see what we can expect from this kind of local governor. Just unlocked also a new governance reform, which I'm definitely focusing on loyalty of subjects. What's their modifier right now on the strength? See, it's over, like, I'm keeping it around 28, so that 15 on the guarantee form is gonna be crucial. Dry docks means under harbor capacity, 5% of it, which will further improve our harbor capacities in Italy and better in Greece, which means better spread of the proximity. I was reading that in the new patch notes for the beta patch, that the proximity arrow is gonna look differently depending what kind of proximity is used. For example, here river is used from Mantua to this location, so it looks like this. Or for example, use here, you see we've got the river here, and then we've got a road being used. This one, there's sea, road, river, and between these two locations there is the connection. Oh my god, this is so useful to understand the proximity so much better. This is just pure art now. I absolutely love it. The Papal payments already reached 300. Well, not surprised looking how strong the Catholic religion is. See, just barely any Hussites. They're expanding over here for my subjects. Even you see the Holy Land is all Catholic now. Foreign cultural law. I mean, population speed is great, but 10% versus one full culture's capacity is not comparable. And that one culture's capacity, I could probably accept the, I think, a million. Yeah, it's bigger culture than Venetian. Actually, I'll be able to accept both. This time I'm cutting off Mamluk's capital from the north. So if you give it a month tick. What? Wait. Okay, yeah. See, it's right down the south, and like it's just the Nile right now that it has. So maybe next war I fully next them, which allows me to take over the subjects. Antagonist wise, we find I was improving relations with the biggest players here. And I wanted to release some subjects, but yeah, I got just declared by the rebels. Now that I got the crucial advances from this part at the, let's get the training fields, which is even more manpower I can get. Those early arquebusers, new artillery, new cavalry. The early arquebusers are coming in just in time. Because look that my subjects are having a combined modifier of 60 for the strength. Let's see. Why are you saying there's nothing to update? Is they are better regiment types? Do I need to unlock the halberdiers? Is it expecting the halberdiers instead? Let's see. Provence War is just so ideal for us because I can take Italian locations from them. I can take Italian locations from Dauphine. No need of fighting their PU France. And I can also take that one province missing from Croatia. Yeah, I think it was a matter of the right type. So I can change them to halberdiers. I couldn't do early arquebusers. Problem is, everything that we'll be taking here are HRE locations. Oh boy, that's gonna be a lot of antagonism. Should probably already start. Yeah, even what I already took is a lot. Or maybe I shouldn't take the Dauphine locations yet. That's 200 of antagon, yeah. We'll get back to this topic later. Look, that peace deal with Provence is gonna be richly half of Germany in the coalition. Just taking a few locations here. Italian ones. I'll let the antagonist drop because I have some antagonists from taking locations, right? Yeah, we can wait even a few years. Oh yeah, by the way, I took over the trade nodes, right? Genoa, Venice, Naples, Constantinople. I should probably do a better job micromanaging the trade and getting a few more ducats out of it. But I'm too lazy for this in this campaign. I'll just build some more marketplaces to achieve so. The Friar Johann Tetzel, a member of the Dominican order, Johann Tetzel, has come to fame for his radical innovative ways to sell indulgences. Well, I could get some money. Or we could put him on trial. And Catholic loses the selling indulgences modifier, as well as the rampart selling indulgences. I think I already got rid of selling indulgences. Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna regret that peace deal, guys. But yellow. Look, because it's HRE. It's fine. We'll improve the relations. We will improve the relations. Oh yeah, I think they have to fix that, and I saw comments on the forum about fixing that, but I'm dragged into yet another war with the Mamluks just before I got the destroy enemies beyond them. It's actually not that bad, I'm just with the biggest ones improving relations, because from my understanding, as soon as you reach positive opinion, they should be leaving the coalition, so it should be fine. The Zetunianensis Pope. White smokes emerges from the roof of the Sistine Chapel. Amid accusations of simony, the conclave has elected Pope Marcellus II Zetuniensis, Archbishop of Valencia, to the throne of the Saint Peter. Blah blah. So I could get additional throne desire, but I would get this guy as a pope. Isn't he a pope already? And my son is a cardinal. He has shitty stats. At least I can improve this stats by joining an order of the Chivalry. Can I do something here? Expensive education, that's it. And he's not a lowbor. That's what I've been looking for. To make sure that he is a general. Can be land, even though that gets us towards land value, but not enough to drop naval. And of course, in a peace deal, they couldn't just, you know, click to annex the Rivortel. No. They had to do 150,000 of stuff in the peace deal, so we get as long as possible truce with the Mamluks. To make it worse, they also cancelled their subjects here and here. Why is my subject so freaking useless? Like you see here, Ansbach, I got them to +8 relations, they out of the coalition. So whoever I improve to the positive, I'm already stopping the improvements, and I'm trying to improve in the meantime with the others. Pope is already dead. I've got all I wanted from the military part of this tree. So let's embrace printing press. And let's get some money. You see there the admin focus stuff on the left. The speed of integration is tempt. Oh, I'm going here for sure. There's also monthly diplomats. That is such a crucial thingy. Max Literacy is great as well. On this side, we've got the conversion simulation, speed and iron stuff. In the middle, we've got the new paper workshops, books output, lumber output, but also cabinet laws, printers workshop, and new roads. Power projection is also great. I might actually cancel. Let's try again. Focus on cabinets and paved road. Absolutely. Also power projection for faster coring. Monthly diplomat, speed of integration. Since I'm not this side, so we could also take the monthly prosperity and both building costs. And then go for the outputs. And then go here for the assimilation stuff. That's a much better order. Oh, in the meantime, we've hit 10 million of our own population. This is my proximity now in North Italy. all the subjects annexed. I do really enjoying looking at that. Drain the Pontine marshes. For centuries, the vast and disease-ridden Pontine marshes of Verancini and Terracina. So here just next to us. If you look at the vegetation, no topography, it's wetlands. I could commit to drain them. 9,000! Drained marshes. Expanding raw materials, time for build time, food production, possible frontage. Monthly development growth. That's a lot of money for 2 locations. No, I'm saving for the paved roads. You might have noticed that Hungary has a location here inside us. But it's not in the hands of Hungary, so I cannot really probably threaten war for it. Anyway, let's make a claim to get this. And let's also get a CB to get the knight's locations. Oh my god, that might also cost some money. The commissioning of St. Peter's Basilica. Well, all these paints all around the world are going historically into the Basilica. We gain St. Peter's Basilica being built for 120 years. Which what? It's monthly prestige? It gives me 30 gold a month? The time has arrived for Christianity to come and build it. Or I get increased reform desire and more monthly prestige. I'm not gonna use the gold from indulgences. Well, that's great. I don't mind. Where's this money showing up though? Oh, it's another expense for us. Not an income, but it's fine. And because the Knights Hospitalier they disappeared, I've gotten even to give them Malta. No. There goes the paved roads. It's gonna be pain to build it as it should everywhere. Because clicking upgrades is gonna also upgrade my subjects. If I go by this, yeah. Pain, but I'll be slowly improving all the roads. I think the price should be heavily discounted. Yeah, we are lacking sand. Let's try getting some sand. And then build the roads. And I'll get rid of the rest of the coalition. The ones that I didn't manage to improve. By simply dragging them to the war with Egypt. Especially that I can separate peace in that war. And I'll be able to take 1, 2, 3 missing locations in Italy through it. Even though our liberty is 39%, the Reformation just started. And it's killing Europe. It's also gonna probably kill my payments. It dropped actually to 200. But anyway, I started the biggest war of this campaign so far, fighting all these guys to get the missing few locations in Italy. The issue is they had 500,000 troops and I already killed 400,000 of them, 166,000 of French included, and I burned all of the 80,000 of my manpower plus what I was recovering that time, so probably way over 100,000 manpower. But I should be able to peace out France, giving them tolls, right, because I have the Constantinople. Give them some tolls. Fuck off. I could separate peace Dauphin. That's what I need. We need just to siege them down more. And then we'll be done with the war, with the last location in Italy conquered. It took us a while. We've got the Kingdom of God on Earth, which gives me the current form of that name. Absolutely useless. Prestige decay is the only thing that it gives. So instead of dropping 0.15 a month, I will not even know how much, but it's gonna drop much less once the reform is enacted. But To be honest, I expected more. One thing they hate about playing Pope, and that wasn't that bad before, but everyone is requesting divorces, so I'm spammed with diplomatic requests all the time. I don't fucking care about your divorces. I destroyed that local government here, and instead I'm gonna move it to Egypt. There's just so many people living here, it would be a huge waste not to move the capital into that region. Oh, I can't move it here, because it would need to be connected, yeah, to the capital. So I actually don't have a good place to put a local governor. The naval governor is already here. Well, how about we try Venice to spread a free maritime presence? I know, even if you reject divorce, they're gonna ask again next month. There's just no way of getting rid of that notification, is there? Full annexing Egypt at last. We maybe make sure that I don't get too much of antagonism for it. Is allowing me to take over all the subjects. And the name placement is still not too good, even though I'm pretty much an Eastern Papal Empire now. I just wanted to annex Telis, which was my tributary, but it will be looking better as a subject. Before we end this campaign, I just want to unlock 2 more advances. Proximity cost report and proximity cost with maritime presence. Yeah, look at this. We are Eastern Papal Empire. I have so much religious influence. So I can request pretty much all the bulls to be voted at once. Nobody can vote against us, because I made sure to not give the cardinals to anyone. That's the proximity with Venice. I absolutely love it. You know what? It might be actually faster to just simply accept the divorces from everyone, because if I accept it, they're not gonna ask again next month. I can't believe it, they made it work. This is where I'm gonna end with that proximity cost report. So before even control is gonna update, but look how I'm controlling whole Italy. We've got 3,700 base tax. As mentioned, this is Eastern Papal Empire. The antagonist is fine, could continue this, but we achieved all of the goals we had for this campaign. And look at this controlling Italy. It's gonna improve even a bit more with that update on the proximity part. There's no need to continue. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this campaign. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what should be the next nation I will be playing. Bye.